Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we headed off to the peaks to see if we can get some people to recruit into our resistance. Things didn't quite go as planned. We've got some recruits, but not very many. And we also witnessed a very foreboding scene with the Imperials. Right now, we gotta help out some of our newly found comrades, so let's see what these guys are up to. I beg your pardon, the woman who bested guys on Balazar wishes to offer her assistance. I say, this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had in mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log. And, Cecilla, thank you for your service. Now and ever after. Oh, joy. Oh god, look at all this. I gotta go all over the place with this one. Alright. Going up, going up, going up! Why did I join the resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo, where he owned a stall in the markets and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a foam of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. Short and sweet, huh? As you can see, that is a dungeon entrance. That's not until post-game, though. I think that's one of the dungeons I can unlock instantly once I've actually beaten the base story. Madam! Or sir! I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know? There was always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. I guess I'll talk to you because why not? You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in a position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebe for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what so you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. I'll make my way around to there once I do my rounds over here. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer and I was told to expect new recruits this day. Nary one has come. Perhaps this has been given the wrong time or location, I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them on to me and shoot you a chance to find them. God damn, they really seem all over the place here. Sir! Madam! Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps, or to make amends to the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What didn't matter to the Guardians, eh? More where that lot came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. Alright. I know, I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Ugh. See, was it a shield? Spear, sword, another sword, a knife. Okay. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damn, if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship, if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land, like us not, but that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. You know, when I first explored this area and I saw this door right here, I always thought this would lead into like a dungeon or something, but it does not. Or at least it'll lead to something as the patches for this expansion went on, but it never did. It probably leads up to the top of the statue. Oh, look at that. Huh? Training? Gah! I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. Sure. Alright. Kinda have to be... How did I get this one before? Kinda have to be tricky on that one. I got this before, I don't remember how I got to it. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to though. Well, no, that's not gonna work. No. Shit, man, I don't remember how you even get to there. Let's try one more time. I'm probably doing it all wrong. No, I fucked that up. Oh well. I'll figure it out eventually. A thousand pardons. I was so preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials out from our lands, the question is moot. Man, it's good to think about the future, I guess. The teacher calls for me? I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling magic armor, you see, and... Ah, yes, of course, there is no time. If you would excuse me. Well, Master XIV, you spoke with the Freedom Fighters as I asked? Yes, I did. Here you go. As fascinating as they are varied, you have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, these tempestuous times pass into memory, your accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. You must never forget, my friend. Never. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. Well, excuse me. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the reach. God damn, dude! Christ! All over the place. Where am I going? What am I searching for in here? Oh, there you are, hiding over here. Oh, bugger, you were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard one in four recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger. Oh, huh. Well, you better whip into shape. I can't help you there. Gathering some herbs. What is around here? Aha. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials would be so kind. It is a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say the survival is thankless. Okay. Nah. Enough of that. Dash of green. Oh, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for? Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a great cost, too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake as we must, and we never lose sight of the dream. Well... Damn it, where could it have got to? Sir, you... Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the destroyer anywhere, have you? Even in the ground as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? Aye, I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain. I've not left the reach since, so it's gotta be somewhere around here. If you've got no to spare, would you be willing to help us search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the officer's pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, but I could just as easy buy another. But even so, please help me find it. It must be important. Alright, 1 second. I gotta step away for just 1 minute. Alright. Whew. Had to go grab something. Alright, we get situated again. Alright. Tempo of the Fist, huh? Let's go check it out. Aha! Yoink! I swear I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. You didn't search good enough. Here you go. 7 Hills, that's the one! That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodora came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Guardians, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories of the scripture as my mother taught me. Well, that's a nice ideal. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, Cecily here, you've been keeping busy. She has, and we thank her for it. And it pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago, I would have you to present my proposal for an assault on the Castellum Vildina to General Aldine personally. Hopefully, just lets me teleport straight there. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castro Orions before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Crowd and Silver will wish to remain here to support the Churgians, but nevertheless, we should go ask them. What's going on here? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. Oh shit. This joint operation marks a turning point in our continued conflict with the Guardians. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in the occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every side must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida, I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us when we were born, brother. When the Empire marched on Eorzea, they will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Belzar or Van Darnus were but the first to try. Thank you. Your fervor is surprising. I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable and further complicated by the existence of Ilber's primal, but I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this was a foregone conclusion when given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause, for it is ultimately the self-same cause I have served since first I pledged to Master Louisoix and the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Amphilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. We expected that. As for you, Cecilla, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmunds, the woman who slew Gaius von Belisar and some half-dozen problems besides. Your presence may very well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero and heap great expectations upon your shoulders, but you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. We can but carry on for those who've lost. So we could say, as long as this battle will be fought, I'll be here to be... This isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. No, that sounds... We can but carry on. Well said indeed. Take care of your Y'shtola, Cryle. You do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Minago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Cecilla? Should you wish to give your decision to further consideration, Kashmir Ryans would seem an apt place to do it. You needn't answer right away. I'm sure I can convince Minago to wait a little longer. What are you talking about? I'll give you my answer. So, will you be accompanying us? Full glad I am to hear it. All set? Excellent. Then let us be off. Thank God I could just tell us right there, not doing any in-between stops. Hello, sir. I'm back. Oh God, look at all the quests that popped up. There's so many. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments of the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Yalamegans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field a half-dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot. Just so, General. He proposed that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Vildina. Capture Vildina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we were ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Guardians learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Veladona watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there is no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Tarupin? By all means. If that is all, then let's be about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. I only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what loss will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission as long as we do not have the ill misfortune to run afoul of any Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond Far East End, just north of Veladina. Got someone testing out their stuff. Ugh, a hot monster. An A rank, to be precise. Ugh, big bugs! No! Where's my bug spray at? So this is another example of the instance failing when this first came out. Rawbound's thing was considered. There was a joke that went around the game. Rawbound Extreme and Pippin Savage. This was also another instance that was very broken when this first came out. People got stuck on Rawbound or Pippin's instance. It's kind of funny. Yeah, you had to be there. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready in the event of a passing patrol stumbles upon us, or worse. Yes!
帝国軍の様子に変わったところは見られない。敵戦力は想定の範囲内と考えて良さそうだ。よし、父上に連絡を。砲声？一体どこから？
見て！ラルガーズリーチの方角に煙が！
ダメだ。リンクパール通信も繋がらない。
まさか解放軍の拠点が帝国軍の攻撃を受けているってこと？
不測の事態が発生したと見て間違いなさそうだな。ひとまず作戦は中止。このままラールガーズリーチに向かい現状の確認に努めよ
う。Oh boy. It's on fire! It's the skulls!
Ike! 帝国に逆らうアラミゴ人反乱分子を根絶やしにしろ。
おのれ！貴様らたてアラミゴ人だろうに。
私はガレマール帝国人だ。
Oh. Mifrid! No! My guy! Uh-oh. It's... Oh, no. It's the big guy.
ほう。変われ。その獲物、試してみたい。
お気をつけを、ゼノス様。手だれです。
せいぜい楽しませろ。そうでなければすぐに潰す。
あれはまさかゼノスイエ・ガルバス。総督自ら前線に出てくるとは。
総督、お前がみんなをアラミゴを。
ちょこまかとよく動くが軽いな。
させない。
魔法障壁か。だが役には立たんな。
Oh. Oh. She got sliced.
せめて撤退の隙を。
Oh boy. Things are not looking good.
クルルさん。
アルフィノ君、みんな。
砲声を聞いて慌てて引き返してきたのですが、一体何が。
帝国軍の襲撃よ。突然逃げろって叫び声が聞こえて、あとはもう大混乱。コンラッドさんやリセたちが応戦してくれたおかげでどうにか負傷者を逃がすことはできたけど、まだ戦いは続いているわ。
まずいな。ここでアラミゴ解放軍に崩壊されては帝国に対する反攻作戦どころではない。
アレンバルド、負傷者たちをバイサルの頂上まで送り届けてくれないか。
了解、任せてくれよ。
ひとまず私たちだけでも救援に向かおう。一人でも多くの仲間を救うんだ。
そうだな。この騒ぎには同盟軍本体も気づいているだろう。じきに父上も救援部隊をよこしてくれるはずだ。我々だけでも時間が稼げればチャンスはある。
私も行くわ。ここにいる人たちの応急手当は済んだところだから、癒し手がいた方がいいでしょ。
クルルさん、ありがとう。行きましょう。
Gods help us, they're killing everyone! We have to stop them while there's still some left to live. Save them. The Imperials came from nowhere, started cutting people down left and right. Reinforcements are on the way. Spread the word. We should keep moving. Confound it, nothing for it but to fight. 12-4 Finn, it's a bloodbath. Remember here, we're to save lives. Defend the hostages. Those monsters had surrendered. You know, those monsters had surrendered. It's not too late for the others. We must hurry. What are those beastmen fighting for the Imperials? I've never seen them before. They took Lisa and the others deeper inside. You've got... Not too late. Well, rescue party, is it? We'll see about that. What the hell? Oh, I actually died! I wasn't even paying attention to my health. Holy shit, dude. Ugh. Well, my health just drained fast. What the hell happened? I was at full health. Then all of a sudden I had no health. Alright. Mulligan. Avoid AoEs. Right? That's what happens.
反逆者どもめ。
God, who in the seven hells are you? Your maker, bitch.
みんなきっと来てくれるって。アルフィノ君、急いで治療を。
しまった、捕虜が。
フォルドラ、下がれ。貴様は兵をまとめておけ。
了解であります。
そこのメスどもは期待外れだったが、貴様は楽しませてくれるな。
Oh boy, this guy. If we kill him here and now, we can end this. Oh god, I'd be able to make no damage. I have no need for this rabble.
邪魔だ。
Seven hells. Not even father could do that. Yeah, stand. May not be have potential.
楽しませてくれよ。そこだ。
Ugh. There's really not much you can do with this fight. You can't win this. Unlike most single better, but lacking nevertheless. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Fuck your shit.
どうしたその程度か。
Can't stop me. See, I misjudged you. This ends now. Oh boy, that didn't go so well with us. Fuck your sword. I broke your sword. How does that make you feel? Oh, we could have decided to show up for the party. You're a little late, buddy.
やめておけ。まずは生存者の救助を最優先にしろ。はっ。しっかりしろ。大丈夫か？
Barely. You were late. I think my pride may have just been taking a knock.
貴様ほどの手だれが膝をつくことになるとは。
Well, that sucked.
Yada, 大丈夫、助けてみせるわ。アルフィノ君、コンラッドさんの治療は任せたわよ。
了解です。
あなたも一流の癒し手でしょ。ヤシトラの治療を手伝って。
Oh, I can't acknowledge I'm a healer.
「応急処置はできたけど、このままじゃ今のうちに設備が整った場所に移して集中的に治療するわ。
こちらも応急処置は済んだ。野戦病院の方に移送しよ
う。それじゃあリセは2人の移送を手伝って。わかった。あなたは他に怪我人がいないか辺りを調べてみて。疲れてると思うけれど、もうひと踏ん張り頼んだわよ。
Well, this stay sucked. Usually with those kinds of incidents we come out the victor. He came out the loser this time. You did well, Sisla. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. See to the wounded, Cecil. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Well, that was unfortunate. Mifrid! Mifrid lies motionless, having breathed his last, clenching his fist as a small charm which you take for sleep keeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There was naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You'd best take it to Conrad. No, not my buddy Mifrid. Oh, he's up. Minago? Mifrid? Where are you? He's dead. Mifrid's dead, unfortunately. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mifrid was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chasing nigh on 20 miles so that his wounded men would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Cornmill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be the leader. The kind of man who deserves it to survive. Not an old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Camp. There never is. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle we can do but our best, as he did. Mifrid will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and need us now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him, is all. I can see why. Our defeat was no near thing. It was total humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. We cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphinaud said, it is those who survive whom we must think of now. Rogger's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time and to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castle Orions will need to be taken by chokehold carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee the preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I will have you succor the infirmary with any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask you to seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you're free to research the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Alright. Miss, Marshal Turupin said you might have something for me? 12 be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Ishchol and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by your side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Guardians try anything. Hang on. You're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. We'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. To Kashim Orions. You saved a good many of my men, and I can't thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated, and this state will not be mounting an assault on Castle Villadina or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Kashim Orions. Understood. We will go and speak with General Aldine. Pippin has already departed for the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight away to Specula Imperatorius after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away. But Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I'll leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Kashim Orions. We can discuss our path forward there. Alright. So what's plan B? Or plan C? Kryle's with Jistola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryle says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we would have hope for no more. Let's pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when the Skull's commander cut down Mifrid. A single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his dreams and hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And what do you want to know? You want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garling who did it. It was an Alamegan. God's help me if I ever. No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Elise.
エオルゼア同盟軍、そして暁の方々、救援部隊の派遣、改めて感謝させてほしい。おかげで少なくない数の仲間が命拾いをした。
よしてください。我々はもう仲間ではありませんか。
アルフィノ殿が申す通りだ。帝国と戦う同志である以上、協力を惜しむつもりはない。
ありがたい。しかし我らアラミゴ解放軍の戦いはこれまでじゃ。メフリッドをはじめ中核を担ってきた者の多くがやられてしもうた。もはや組織的な抵抗活動は難しいじゃろう。
ゴンラッド隊長。
悔しい気持ちはわしにもある。故郷を奪った帝国を憎む気持ちが消えたわけでもない。しかしな、 今回襲ってきた連中は
ドクロ連隊、帝国支配下で生まれ育ったアラミゴ人たち。
連中は20年前のアラミゴ征服時に真っ先に帝国に従い市民権を得た有力者の子息たちじゃ。アラミゴ人の両親のもとに生まれながらも彼らは帝国式の教育を受け帝国人として育ってきた。裏切り者と罵るのはたやすいが、未来を担うべき若者たちにあのように敵意を向けられては。アラミゴ人同士で切り結ぶ先に未来があるのかと考えたくもなる。
だからって諦めるって言うんですか？ナーゴ、私は諦めませんよ。ここで引いて生き残ったとして死んでいった仲間たちになんて説明すればいいんですか？
その叫び、我が輩にも同意させてくれ。犠牲を無駄にせぬためにも今一度不退転の覚悟を固め、どんなに苦しくとも前に進むべきだ。
じゃがな、今回の襲撃によってゼノスの圧倒的な力が再び示された格好じゃ。そんな中立ち上がろうという勇気のある者はあまりに少ない。
確かに化け物じみた強さだった。あのゼノスっての皇太子なんでしょ？
ああ、王位継承権第1位の大物だ。アラミゴの総督となる前は東州オサード大陸の属州ドマの反乱を鎮圧したことで武名を高めた将とも聞く。今やアラミゴとドマという2つの属州を管轄する立場にある帝国でも指折りの実力者というわけさ。そんな相手とどう対するべきか。
We take the fight to Doma.
なるほど。帝国の支配からの脱却という点ではアラミゴとドマの民の思惑は一致しているし、共闘も可能だろう。ドマ解放を支援することでゼノスを翻弄しようというのか？
逆に言えば、ここでわしらがついえれば帝国を利し東方で故国を奪還せんとする者たちも苦境に立たされるわけか。しかしアラミゴのために立ち上がる力は。
コンラド殿、ここが正念場ですぞ。彼らならばゼノスの目を東方へと向けさせることができる。その間に再びアラミゴの民をまとめましょうぞ。
私、東方に行くよ。行って帝国と戦う方法を見つけ出してくる。もう二度と仲間をこんな目に遭わせないために。
頼む。アラミゴの民に再び立ち上がるための時間を作ってくれ。
すまない。感謝するぞい。不甲斐ないわしらのためにこうまでしてくれるとは。どうにか今一度試みてみるとしよう。自由のためにの。
Alright. Goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government here or anywhere else. And I'm quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we feel we can accomplish, I will remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would fight, who would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must find our way to reach them. Othar is not exactly over the river and through the woods. Only one step ahead of you, Spear Sister. Or rather, Totaro is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as a liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as Ystilla cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well. Issue addressed. You know, Alphinaud, it would have been much quicker to just ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Will you be willing to look after Ystilla and provide his support to Arnval and the others? Yes, Alphinaud, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy the trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then, sister, Cecila, Lise, gather your things. We're for Lumsa Lominsa. On to Limsa! Oh, good lord, look at that name. For docs, huh? Guessing going to the Adventurers Guild? Yep. No. Nope. Where am I going? Totaro should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So, we're going by sea after all. Is Marrowweb lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You're right in as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Imperial's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzea Alliance vessel halfway across the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speak the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalane of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with the pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tongue that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister for her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from gods-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateer in the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how... Oh, skipped it. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and will pay a sultan's ransom for the news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy of the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are willing to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane and Hengashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Man, Tatara knows how to work. Suddenly, all those hours Tatara passing, cavorting, and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, did they not? That said, I intended to press the issue more obliquely, and then there was something disconcerting with the pleasure Tatara took in making Captain Carvalane squirm. Huh. I say we heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tatara and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alize, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urianger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Cecil and Elise? I would like the two of you to return Revenant's toll and speak with our Dolman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene at their ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Cecila. Alright. Oh. Gotta talk to you first. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll just run the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Hey, Gary! I need to pick your brain. Greetings, Cecil. What brings you to the tallest day? What? You're for Doma? Heavens! You science have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spotted an opportunity. The Emperor dead! Garlemald in chaos! It seemed the time was right. Beneath the Lord's banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Yeah, that sounds about right, from what we experienced. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go and join Ygir and you go Setsu, and the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagade clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Council even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men in Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage, the seat of dear Lord Kyan, has become a den of Garlean dogs. Ew. Kane? Kyan? It's probably Kyan, not Kane. You're truly planning on traveling to Doma? I do not know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you in my best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along with the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Oh boy. Sounds like this place is a great joy to go to. Ugh. Oh, there you are. Is there anything interesting? The older dolmens I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially as guardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Or at least that's what I thought, so they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger dolmens, they just rolled their eyes and told me that was it was all a load of stupid old... Wow, what you learn sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Huh. Not right. No point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Lominsa. Alphanel said to meet me at the ferry docks, I think. Alright. Your return, Tesla. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in the Revenant's Toll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have a port. We'll have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the Daikan that you're ready to go. Board the misery!
どうやら間に合ったようですね。
What's up?
あら、ウリエンジェン。見送りに来てくれるなんて思わなかったわ。
遥か東方に向かい大航海に出立する皆様に一つの詩を送らんとやってまいりました。日いずる地にて生まれし赤き輝き烈火となりて日沈む地にて生まれし青き輝きを食らわん。
なんだか不吉なしね。お得意の予言師ってやつかしら。
東方由来の古い詩の一節ですよ。心備えておけば避けうる災いもあるもの。それを知っておいていただきたいのです。
いつもながら回りくどいんだから。でもまあウリエンジェ流の贈り物だと思っておくわ。
アリゼ様、あなたには別の贈り物もあります。東方での旅路においてはぜひこれを。
Oh, what is that? A fancy sword!
綺麗な細剣。これを私に？
エーテルの刃は優れた武器なれど、成長過程にあるあなたの心身には負担も大きい。特別にしつらえた品ですので、ご信用にはなりましょ
う。魔法をかけて私のエーテル波長に合わせているのね。すごく手に馴染むわ。ありがとう。
This is when she becomes a red mage.
さて乗客の皆さん、 そろそろ出港したいのですが、今吹いているいい風を逃したくはありません。
そういうことらしいわ。じゃあね、ウリエンジェ。後のことは任せたわよ。サンクレットにもよろしく伝えておいてね。
A very, very long trek.
「風も波も上々です。我らが愛すべきミゼリー号の起源もね。東方までは長旅になりますから、あまり気を張らずに船室で休んでいてください。
That's the rest area. Uh-oh.
この揺れは。頭、なんだか妙なことが。風もないで潮の流れも止まっているってのに、船が引っ張られていやがるんです。
引っ張られる？
ええ、それで例のやつが出たんじゃないかって船乗りどもが騒いでいやがるんで。
バカな。ともかく甲板に上がります。英雄殿、あなたも来てくれますか？嫌な予感がするのです。
Great! Joy! What's going on now? Ew. Sir, what's happening here? Odd. Most odd. Well, do we have any idea what's going on? No. As the men said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire the cerulean engines you've hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escapes my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt to something more descriptive. An adjective, for example? Sea-wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things which is more reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse: to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. I assure you the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or something else, the Eastern Island will remain on the ship to defend it in the case of an attack. Cecily, I believe you will be the ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. And it's settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rule the day it reeled us in. And so the first dungeon of the expansion is unlocked. And with that, this is a good place to stop. So when we come back, we will head off into our first dungeon, see what it's like, and see if we can't get back on course to Kugane. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.